In the bustling city of Venice during the 16th century, there lived a wealthy merchant named Marco Benedetti. Marco was renowned across the city for his vast fortune, amassed through years of trading rare spices, precious silks, and priceless artifacts. His estate was the envy of all, a sprawling mansion filled with treasures, adorned with gold and echoing with the sound of celebration. But one fateful night, a devastating fire consumed Marco's mansion. In a matter of hours, the riches he had spent his life accumulating were reduced to ashes. He stood amidst the smoldering ruins, his wealth gone, his reputation shattered. His rivals whispered, his friends pitied, and Marco was left to face the harsh reality of his loss. Imagine being Marco. What would you do if everything you worked for was taken away in an instant? Would you be paralyzed by despair, consumed by regret, or would you rise above the ashes and begin anew? Marco's story is not just one of loss, but of transformation. In the days following the fire, he realized something profound. His wealth had always been a tool, not his essence. With this clarity, Marco rebuilt, not just his business but himself. He focused on what truly mattered: relationships, resilience, and the ability to adapt. This story resonates deeply because, in one way or another, we are all Marco. While the form of our wealth may differ, money, achievements, possessions, or even our sense of security, we invest so much of ourselves into what we believe defines us. But what happens when the unexpected strips it away? For many, wealth is synonymous with stability, power, and happiness. But is it? Research shows that beyond a certain point, money contributes little to happiness. The real wealth lies in the intangible: our health, our relationships, and our capacity to find meaning in life's challenges. Consider the tale of a farmer in a small village. Every year he carefully tended his crops, relying on a single harvest to feed his family and sustain his livelihood. One year, a torrential storm destroyed everything. His neighbors feared he would be ruined, but the farmer responded with surprising calm. He said, "The storm took my crops, not my hands, not my mind, not my will. I can plant again." Like the farmer, Marco Benedetti, and countless others throughout history, we all face storms that threaten what we hold dear. Sometimes it's a financial crisis, a job loss, or a failed investment. Other times, it's more personal: a strained relationship, a missed opportunity, or a shattered dream. The question isn't whether these storms will come, they will. The question is how we will respond when they do. There's a concept in finance that perfectly illustrates this idea: diversification. Smart investors spread their wealth across various assets to mitigate risk. But how often do we diversify our lives? How often do we invest in our health, our relationships, our skills, and our passions to ensure that when one area falters, the others can sustain us? Take the story of Sarah, an entrepreneur who poured her entire savings into a single business venture. When the business failed, she found herself not just financially broke, but emotionally and mentally depleted. But instead of giving up, Sarah did something remarkable. She used the failure as fuel to develop a broader foundation. She learned new skills, built new relationships, and diversified her sources of income. Over time, she didn't just recover, she thrived, because she no longer placed all her value in one basket. This lesson extends beyond finances. It applies to how we define success and measure our worth. Too often we tie our sense of value to external achievements: the size of our bank account, the car we drive, or the accolades we receive. But what happens when those things are taken away? True wealth lies not in what we have, but in who we are. It lies in our ability to adapt, to grow, and to find meaning even in the face of adversity. It's about cultivating an inner richness that no fire, storm, or misfortune can take away. Take a moment to reflect. If everything you owned vanished tomorrow, what would remain? What skills, values, and relationships would you have to rebuild with? Would you see the loss as the end, or as a chance to create something even greater? The ancient Stoics believed in a practice called premeditatio malorum, or the premeditation of evils. They would regularly imagine losing everything: wealth, status, even life itself. Not to dwell on fear, but to prepare themselves mentally. By confronting the worst-case scenario, they freed themselves from its power. This philosophy is as relevant today as it was centuries ago. Life is unpredictable, and change is inevitable. But within every challenge lies an opportunity to discover what truly matters. Whether it's Marco rebuilding after the fire, the farmer planting after the storm, or Sarah thriving after failure, the lesson is clear. Resilience is the foundation of true wealth. So how can we build this resilience? Start by redefining your idea of success. Measure it not by what you accumulate, but by the impact you make, the relationships you nurture, and the strength you show in the face of difficulty. Next, invest in yourself. Diversify not just your finances, but your life. Learn new skills, pursue passions, and strengthen connections. These are the assets that will sustain you through any storm. Finally, practice gratitude. When we focus on what we have instead of what we lack, we shift our perspective from scarcity to abundance. Gratitude reminds us that even in the darkest moments, there is light to be found. In the end, Marco Benedetti rebuilt his fortune, but more importantly, he rebuilt his life on a foundation of resilience and purpose. His story, and the countless others like it, remind us that while wealth can be fleeting, true richness lies in our character, our courage, and our capacity to grow. So the next time life challenges you, ask yourself, will this storm break me, or will it build me? The choice, as always, is yours.